What's going on, everybody? I desperately wanted to make a wonderful hook for this video, but I'm sorry, it's too applicable. Have you been angry? That feels almost mocking to ask. So, you know what? We're talking about anger, and without further ado, let's dive right in. Welcome back, everybody. My name is AP Raleigh, author of Abide, and I make content to help both you and me grow in our spiritual walk with Christ. Now, anger, honestly, this is going to be a really quick one to cover. It's super confusing, but the Bible could not be more clear on the topic, which is awesome. So first off, we got to do one thing right off the bat, which is separate the actions of anger from the emotion of anger. Because we always want to put these as one big lump. That was a huge issue for me trying to figure out this topic to start with. This is something God's been working on with me for a long time. Because honestly, my own anger really scares me. And I hit these points where I want to shut down because I'm afraid of what's going to happen. But God allows this formula where we kind of separate that action out from the feeling. So the feeling is okay. We can get it out. We can express it. We can breathe and be ourselves without having to go on some rampage and tear the world apart. There's actually a happy medium in here. And the way this goes in the Bible is, first off, we have one big overarching verse, super love it, repeated multiple times in the Bible, and that talks about being angry. It literally says, it's in Psalms, and it says, be angry, but do not sin in your anger. That's the separation right there. Okay to have the emotion, watch out for the action. So maybe there's going to be some healthy, non-sinful, non-aggressive ways that we can release this. There definitely is. Now we take another step from that and we see that anger as an emotion has really two main ways that it's talked about. Now it's either anger from God, which is justified. It's described as a good thing most of the time, actually all the time in there. Not what inspired it, of course, but God has justified anger, and that's perfectly okay. And sometimes we get a little bit of a helping of that. Again, we got to watch how we use it. Now, then there's anger from us. And anger from us is oftentimes bad, but not the emotion itself. And this is what gets me, is there's another verse in there, and this is a huge thing that looks like the Bible is contradicting itself. Like really obviously. In English, and this is the beauty of anytime we find these contradictory verses, you look at one through another and figure out how in the world is this possible if this is also happening. I need more of the picture. So I like to go back and see what the darn words mean, and it talks about refraining from anger. Now, that word refrain, it's not, it really just means leave it alone. And what I get from this, and from all I can find, it's not that we're shutting it down. It's not that we're doing anything actively to disassociate or disconnect or stop being angry or calm down. It's just leaving it alone, allowing it to sit there and exist. You know, I'm sure several of us, fortunately myself included, have a pile of laundry sitting in their house. It's the weekend's laundry time, right? You know, imagine if you just, sat here and let it exist. This is the exact same concept. It doesn't mean that when you look at it, you're not going to go, oh no, I have work to do. It doesn't mean that this isn't going to be a thing, but you don't have to engage in it. You don't have to take it, wad it up, throw it in a closet where you won't see it, or throw it in the trash can because it just shouldn't exist. I shouldn't have a pile of laundry. You also don't right that very second need to go and throw it in the washer and do it. Now that's good, but maybe you got other stuff going on, or maybe it's going to take some time. It doesn't need to necessarily be done right this second. And that's what we're talking about with anger in this verse, is literally just let it breathe, let it exist, and don't feed it. It's the number one thing is, if we're leaving it alone, we're not feeding, we're not adding to it, we're not making more anger and making, just egging yourself up and let's go. We're allowing the emotion to exist as it is, to feel the emotion. And then it talks multiple times, I'm sure you've heard, about being slow to anger. Now, I've said time and time again, it's true, you don't have control over your emotions, and anger is an emotion. You don't have the ability to just stop. When we just stop being angry, that's called disassociating, and it's not incredibly healthy. what we're looking to do here is meet ourselves with that gentle, loving kindness, express what's going on, get it out, and not necessarily do anything about it. Because a lot of times when we try to do something about the anger, we're trying to get control over a circumstance. We want control in the situation, and we take it from God. We take out a lot of stuff that, might just be really bad actions because we get that short term kick in, and it's survival mode, and let's take care of this now, right this second, let's go. And that's not necessarily a good thing in the long run. That tends to be where a lot of sin comes out. And that's why the Bible talks about, being slow to anger, being slow to this. It doesn't mean you're not angry. Simply means we're changing the perspective to allow more information to occur before we're starting to inspire to feed these emotions, to go crazy. It's like if somebody cuts you off in traffic and you want to that very second be angry and furious, and then you drive up next to them and you see they spilt their coffee all over themselves. And you start to laugh to yourself and go, oh my gosh, no wonder they did this. This is dumb. I shouldn't be angry about this. But we go straight to shouldn't be angry. And that's what scares me so much is we want to go straight to I shouldn't be. I just won't be angry next time. Somebody cuts me off, I'm not going to be angry. Instead of thinking maybe, possibly this anger could be justified, but maybe I need more information about the situation first. So I'm not going to shut the anger down, but I'm also not going to do anything about, I'm not going to go just bump into his tail because you made me. I don't even need to yell or kick or scream or anything. I can go, okay, I feel angry right now. What else is going on? What else is in the picture? Let's see a little bit more. And expressing that in healthy, emotionally friendly ways. This is literally the Bible giving you instructions on how to do therapy. This is so cool because there's so many of these things. I see them a lot in stuff like mindfulness that has taken these principles that are no joke thousands of years old. And, I'm not sure where these practices come out of, where the theories come out of, but literally meeting yourself with gentle, loving kindness, allowing emotions to exist without acting on them immediately. These are really, really beautiful things that are changing people's lives. And they've been around for 1,000 years. It's in the Bible, which is pretty cool. So I hope this helps to explain this anger narrative a little bit and allows you to sit in it. I always want to have this shutdown moment. I ramp myself up, and then this is too angry. I'll start to express, I'll start to do something. Just shut it down. Instead of allowing myself to feel, to express without egging on, without wondering what I'm going to do about it, just allowing it to exist. I hope that you can find some of that peace this week. And if you've enjoyed this, please, I would love to hear some questions that you guys have, some things that you're trying to work through. So there's a video up top. It'll link you through to ask some questions to all that stuff. I don't share your information with anybody. It goes straight to me. So please ask away so we can do this together. And as always, if you haven't yet, go check out my latest book, Abide, available on Amazon. If you have checked it out, please leave a review. I would love to hear back from you guys.